What's up, guys? James Palms here. I'm home now. Today is May 28th, and we're going to be taking a look at the garden here today. I'm going to do a full yard update, so you can see the palms behind me. Everything's pretty much flowering right now, so this is flowering season back home in Ontario. So let's turn the camera around and check it out. Yeah, so it's May 28th, I believe, today, yeah, I'm back from California. And I still have more California videos. I'll have to do some updates, but the palms in the front are looking great. Of course, it's opening kind of two fronds right now. And I noticed this guy here just yesterday. I noticed that it's got a flower stalk too. A little bit later to the party, later in the season, not that late for the palm. It's only been in the ground for, well, I guess 5 years. And this one's really pushed out its flowers. I just redid this garden bed and edged it and stuff. The hose is there just because my wife was watering her vegetable garden, but got another flower pot there coming out. One here, 2, 3, 4. So it's got five flower stalks on it. Looks like male to me, but yeah, it looks like male to me. It will be a few more days. You'll be able to tell for sure. I think it's a male, which is fine. I have one female, so you don't really need I don't really need tons of seed. I don't know what that one is yet, of course, either, but that's the front palms. Anyways, they're looking great. I just fertilized yesterday. It was actually dry, hot and fairly dry when I came back, so some of my grass was burnt, but I've been watering, and I did just fertilize. So that was actually my first time fertilizing. Hi, Harley. You say hi? She's just laying in the sun. You love this weather, huh? She stays out all the time now pretty well, so. Anyways, let's check out the back. Well, I gotta start fertilizing everything. These are some of my bananas here. They got a bunch of pups on them. And this is just some other, lots of other palms that I have here coming along. Those are from my plants in the back, my female. And then these are some more trachys and a bunch of sable palmetto. And these are sable cassarium and saw palmetto and other palmetto. And yep, there's some Livistonas, Chidensis, Chinese fan palm doing well. Some 3 sable palmettos. Those are my 3 largest sable palmettos. And then there's my one largest Phoenix reclinata, Senegal date palm right there. And another pot full of palmettos and a couple more larger trachys and a few more Washingtonia. So everything back here is looking great. This one here dried out. So when you let them really dry out, it's in a pot just sat right there. My neighbor was watering my other palms on the side there, but this one was far away, so it really dried out. And when they dry out, the leaves kind of yellow. They yellow and they sag down. When you water it, they spring back up, but the yellow, this part of the kind of yellow sort of streaks that kind of come into them doesn't really go away. You just have to clip it off, and it kind of happened on all of them, so that's okay. These two look pretty decent. These are really kind of yellow with a bunch of fertilizer and new fronds. It'll be fine. Of course, the ones in the ground look really good. Dark green. That one's actually got a pretty good little trunk. You can kind of see it now that unfortunately all the leaves they got bent and snapped off and died off because I grew too many over the winter. This box was too warm. But it still didn't seem to matter. Obviously, a few more days by June and July, it'll have a giant crown. But it still looks nice. I don't even mind it like this. Kind of nice. You can see the trunk. You might think it looks like crap, but here's my female here. Looks absolutely great. From pretty much any angle, it looks really, really nice. And it's got 3 flower stalks on it. 4 actually, I guess. And yeah, it's funny because those were the flower stalks. This was the flower stalk first from the other, the first one that kind of dried off that was here. It started in the fall and then kind of died in the spring here. And now these ones came underneath it, so it can actually flower underneath it. Unless it was kind of trying to do them both at the same time. I don't know what. You never quite know what they're doing, but I'll put my deck here so you can get a good view of my other washi or other windmill over there. And yeah, there's that. I could prune off some of these hanging leaves, but they're still green. They just get kind of bent and kind of snap from when you tie them up in the box. But that's my female looking absolutely great. It's probably my most beautiful, definitely is my most beautiful windmill. Trachycarpus fortunei, standard windmill palm. This one's they're both from Florida. This one gets a bit of afternoon, or I should not afternoon, midday, like right at, or just before, I guess right now it's probably about 12 o'clock, so maybe about 1 o'clock-ish. It just gets a little bit of protection, especially after this black walnut fills in its leaves. Right now it's still kind of looking like crap, but when it fills in, some of the harshest sun, especially in the spring when it's not used to it, is sort of filtered out. Once the summer comes, it kind of goes up here for 1 o'clock, so it doesn't help it so much, but I think it helps it acclimatize to the sun a little bit, or it just takes it better, because that one tends to get very sunburned and kind of actually beaten up. So, and these ones here, the Washingtonia robusta, the Mexican fan palm, don't seem to care. They can go from full shade to full sun. Doesn't really bother them. These guys are pretty good at it too, really good. Not quite as good as them, but really quite good still. So they still take it, and yeah, they don't usually have too many problems. So this one's really perked up. Still has some dry tips and stuff I could definitely prune off. As it will grow out the new leaves, I'll prune off the other ones, but they're still green. They're still giving it some nutrients. So this trunk's not actually that much smaller too than the other one. A little bit smaller, definitely bigger than it looks on camera. It's a beautiful palm. So this is 3 years old, and that one's 4 years old. In the end of the summer, from the time I brought the seed, this will be 4, and that'll be 5. But looking great. This one's from the video series. If you follow the video series, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, How to Grow Washingtonia Robusta from Seed. There was 2 that I took out first. The fastest 2 out of the cup. This was the fastest one, and this guy here was the second fastest one. So you can see how they're still doing. Most of the other ones have all been discarded. This guy's flowering like crazy, of course, too. This is my male. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 giant. The male flowers are always going to be much bigger, especially in the spring when they pop out, and the male ones will just put pollen on your hand like that. So these just make pollen, and the female ones won't quite open up like this and sort of disintegrate. You'll notice they kind of look exactly the same, but they'll be usually smaller and a little bit more kind of green. And all we do is we clip off a part of this, like snip off a part right here, and then go shake this into the female palm, which I'm probably about to do that soon in a day or 2. And when you do that, then that will make all the baby, that'll fertilize the seeds or whatever, and then that will pollinate them, and then that one right there will make seeds, and they'll be ready around January or February. So yeah, I just cut them off in February usually when I'm checking on the palm. So these ones are, some of the flower stalks will be a little bit less further along, which is nice, because those ones aren't quite ready to be pollinated. I'm going to try. It seems to me it's a little early. They have to have like little receptors that will open or whatever. So if I have some stalks that are a little bit later, it's lovely, because those ones they're dropping the pollen right now. They might almost be done in the next couple of days. And if you get a lot of rain and stuff, it can actually just basically strip all the pollen off. So, but yeah, this one's looking good, really full. That one's still looking good too, though. They'll keep pushing out. But anyways, grass is looking good. This area here tends to dry out a little bit. And yeah, here's the bigger palmetto. I cut off 4 more fronds, or 5 more fronds, something like that. I cut off a bunch, and I'm probably gonna cut off more. Cut off a bunch of tips. It still looks great though. It's open in fronds. It's got about 4 that it's working on right now at the same time, because they're kind of opened in the box or kind of pushed up. And then it's just taking its time opening them when it wants them. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 that it was kind of opening. Looking great though. Super healthy, nice dark green. It's looking good. So yeah, a few more of these uglier, tattier ones are gonna come off. But again, I leave them on for now while they've got this. So by July, you'll get rid of all the older dead tissue, because this is gonna grow really good. It's actually fertilizing time, so gotta get ready to fertilize all my stuff today. This will be my first time fertilizing them, because I was gone. Normally I would have done it a little sooner than the end of May, but I was gone for the beginning of May. Before I left, it was quite cold. So, and now it's nice and warm. So nevertheless, here's the palmetto. So when I came home, it looked like it had a great amount of growth on the top. Not a great amount, but a couple inches of growth, and it kept looking like it was pushing. But I believe that might actually be a false sort of hope. I've seen these do that before, and it's actually, I think it's just due to the rotting tissue kind of expanding and pushing up a little bit in the center. I dug around in there with my finger, and I believe the palmetto is dead. This box, when I was in Florida in January, got down to like probably -20 or something. We had one of the coldest winters ever. So I think it is, I do think it is dead. Don't know what I'm going to do with the trunk, but I cut some more of the tissue away. You can see it kind of left it there. And I put a flat cut on it just yesterday, so I was going to see if it starts to push. I put some hydrogen peroxide on there, and we'll see if it starts to push. Either way, though, this, as you can see, it's in full shade. This palm was in full day shade. It was not the palm's fault. I planted in the wrong spot. And then coupled with the fact that it does not like the boxing method. It doesn't like the dryness of the box, of no humidity, and the darkness. Something about palmettos, they don't like being dry and dark. They need a little bit of light and they need moisture. So didn't work at all. They don't care for that. I don't know, sweetheart, because I cut it off because it didn't like the winter. But yeah, sorry, my daughter's talking here. So anyways, these ones don't tend to mind, so better just to, you want to say hi? Better just to plant. Better just to plant a different palm there. And if I had done it again, I would have put it there where the door is and moved the door over there. And that way there it would have gotten morning sun, midday sun, and afternoons. Like it would have pretty much been in full sun. So I thought I was putting it there for a microclimate. It was the afternoon. Didn't know what I was doing. Quickly dug a hole and put it in. And yeah, it was not a good spot. I wanted to be able to access it. It was nice to get on the roof to cover it too. So, but yeah, nevertheless, this happens. First time I've ever lost like a larger palm. It was destined to die. It was going for about, it was basically going at a greenhouse, and the guy was probably going to kill it. He let a couple others die. I took this one and gave it 4 years. So this would be its 5th year. But hey, it had a good time. It was destined to die here because it was brought to Ontario, and it was going to just die. The guy who had them brought here was letting many of his palms die. He had nowhere to store them, so he was just going to let them all die. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sad news about the palmetto. Everything else looks great. I don't know. A lot of people have asked, am I going to replace it? Don't know if I'm going to replace it yet. If I do, I will be putting it where that gate is and moving the gate. For this year, I think I'm just going to be done with it. And what I was thinking, what I would likely probably do is this guy's brother here, in that blue pot there, will likely go there. So then I'll have 2 Mexican fan palms on either side of that gate, 2 here, and the 2 windmills, and the 2 windmills in the front, the smaller ones. And that's it. And I don't know that I'm going to put too much else. I might be redoing a shed here with doing like some type of tiki bar or something. So maybe I'll plant some palms out front of that. But that's pretty much it. It's already a decent amount of work. It's actually nice. It's kind of a treat. I know you guys would probably not like to hear that, but to not have to protect that palmetto, it was the biggest one. It was a lot of work, caused me grief, and then constantly thinking about it because it never did well. So I tried many things trying to get it to get through the winter with as many leaves as I could, and each year it sort of failed. So yeah, not perfect. I mean, I believe I could do it if I had another palmetto and I have the right conditions and the right location planted, and then I want to take my time in developing a humid thing with humidity sensors in there, like some birdings, like greenhouse type stuff. Gonna spend a lot of money, and what's the benefit? One, you can just plant one of these and you don't have to worry about anything. The lights can just stay on, and that's it, and you're done. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. So you'll stay tuned. There'll be plenty more. Heading to Florida in just a couple of weeks, and I'll be there for most of the summer. So yeah, it's another reason it's hard to do so much work planting these palms and loving them, and I'm not here enough to enjoy them. So one of these, it's just one of the things, I guess. Just having fun growing them, but get to miss a lot of the time, and it's a lot of work asking other people to water them and things like that. So my Christmas palm still doing great. Just try not to leave it out. I just try not to leave it out in midday sun, about 1 o'clock sun. I try to bring it in if I can. If I'm not home, I try to put it in a location, put it up close against a building or something where it will get midday shade and morning sun. So I have a few spots against my house. That's all I try to do. And if I can't, if my wife's home or something, I can put it out over here and just tell her to bring it against the house or bring it inside if it's getting really sunny and there's no clouds and it's 1 o'clock. This would have been probably adjusted already. It would have been, because it was almost fully adjusted before I left. I had it almost up to full sun. I was working it way up to full sun, but then I left and I didn't know if we were going to get cool, because we could have a frost in Ontario in early May. So I brought it inside for the whole time I was in California. So then it sat inside in a dark house. So just brought it back out last couple of days here. Just been bringing it out, trying to get it some morning sun. So morning and afternoon. So I try to put it in for the midday, or just put it in over underneath that maple tree or something. Just try to put it or against the shed. Just try to put it in an area where it gets shade. And if you don't have any areas where you get shade, some people are talking about they don't know what to do when they get burned. Just get some burlap and just lay it out, or wrap it kind of up in burlap. Leave it out for the morning, wrap it at lunchtime or whatever, or just wrap it and leave it out the whole time. Either way, that's a good little trick. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more palm tree videos here later.
Sing my night.